called in
to Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash and tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these stuff.
because they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money, bucks,
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks and brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews. Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. If you're live with us, you just talked to us. If you're not live with us, you probably heard us a week ago.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you say at the beginning of every episode?
As always, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you listening to us. And if you have any episode ideas, shoot them into us.
What are you drinking, my friend?
I just finished my City of Byron Center tap water, and I'll probably go get a little bit more.
I just had some fuck ice, and I might open my other fuck ice.
Yeah.
So you've been texting feverishly here.
Yeah, sorry, there's lots going on.
What all is going on? Because you're like, I think we need to do one more, and I was ready to go home and get some dinner, but it seems we're going to do one more.
Well, and this is, I want to have a live conversation about what it takes to look into the life of a real estate investor, right? Because this is actually happening right here, right now, right? So for those that weren't joining us for the other ones, in one of our earlier episodes about 2 hours ago, we were talking about a person's issues with losing their job.
Losing their job and what they were going to do with their retirement, how to survive on what they got, stuff like that. You're good, right?
Yeah, let's say.
Okay.
Let's say if you think I read any of that, let's say I read the top part and the bottom. No, you're fine. But so we're
Bottom line, the person from the first episode that we discussed is the person texting you now.
yeah, okay. Let's say, well, so we get a person that says, hey, job does something,
Yep.
and all of a sudden, hey, I have a friend that needs to sell a house, right?
And
Okay.
does your friend Nick help with that?
Right.
And of course, our answer is, well, of course he
Absolutely.
does.
So then this person gives out the information to this other person gives the information while we're doing this live on this. So yeah, I take my time, and yeah, as much as I love Bucks and Brews, I'm attentive doing all this, but also
You're still trying to do business.
this is my livelihood,
Yes.
right? So I literally hop on. I get a text that says, hey, this is this. Do you have these dates available? I'm like, all right, I'm going to make this happen because that's who I like. This is, guys, when you're looking at real estate, when you're doing things, it's, can you make, absolutely, I can do anything that you want. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, well, unless you can do tonight, because I have tonight free. My wife has the kids, and we're planning everything. Great. Oh, hey, actually, yeah, I'm doing these things. I might be able to make tonight work. You know what?
Is it happening tonight?
That's the whole plan, is to hope to make it last
Awesome.
tonight. They have to finish a few things. We're both about 30 to 40 minutes out, after the said time. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do another episode because I think this will lead right into this, right?
Awesome.
And so I want to walk you through kind of exactly what it is, right? Like, hey, I have the information that I know. A person needs to sell a house.
Yes.
A person's house is not in perfect condition.
Yeah.
So they don't want to put it on the market. They don't want to do all of the repairs. They don't want to get this thing, whether they don't have the money, whether they don't have anything.
They just want out.
I don't get right. A person wants a person to buy the house. Now, I'm going to always take that opportunity to go look at that, right? And it's the whole Ricky Bobby's dad, right? It's the fastest
Reese.
that get. It's the Reese Bobby right here. It's the fastest that gets paid and the fastest that gets laid. And I'm trying to do that.
Can I tangent time?
Absolutely.
So we're walking through Motor City Comic Con,
Yeah.
and there's two kids, 10-ish. One dressed as Cal Naughton, and one dressed as Ricky Bobby.
That's fantastic.
And Caitlin points it out to me. And I said, that's great. She goes, yeah, Ricky Bobby. And the kid goes, shake and bake.
Right. But so
And comment on here. If you're not first, you're last.
opportunities haven't come around, and so here's the things. The jobs that I have to do. I have to figure out what the house value is,
Uh-huh.
right? What it can be worth. I don't know anything. I don't know. I know that it's in disrepair. Disrepair to people means so many different things, right? This could equal that the house is completely falling apart. There's a hole through the entire roof, and all the electrical needs to be completely right. It is.
You have
it
to
is
gut the whole thing,
right.
or burn it down and start over.
I have seen people say that disrepair means that their kitchen or that their living room has peeling paint, and it's just
That would be disrepair for my mother. Ring, ring.
too much,
Yeah.
And so, hey, and so there's literally the gambit in between, right? Oh, all of my light switches don't match, and so that's too much for some people. So the idea is right, I have to sit here and figure out, okay, I don't know how much they want for it. I don't know anything about this property, and it might not work out, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they owe. I don't know any information. So I send a text. Hey, why don't you tell me where the house is located so that way I can figure out my distance and how long it would take me to get there to figure out if this would work for the both of us tonight. And so we go, okay, so get the address. I go, hey, it's 30 minutes from me. It's, they're going to be 40 minutes out past whatever they are. Great. Okay. So we know once they're done with their thing, which sounds like around 7, they can be there at 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock.
I should take some Bucks and Brews merch for this person.
Absolutely, I will. So, and we get there and say, okay, hey, now we're going to meet, take a look at this. Why? Because I don't have to inconvenience my wife. I don't have to do anything. It works out for me. If it didn't work out for this person, that's completely fine too. I will find time on Thursday. I was going to go to my cabin on Friday, but my daughter has school, and so I could do it Friday during the day, right? I know my wife has some plans Thursday, and so that's why I was like, I don't want to pick a time, but I will, right? Because that priority is, this is my job.
Yeah, you can
right?
get a house to sell.
Right. This is my job. This is what I do. So,
not only could you get a house to sell, we've talked about this on the episode many times.
Yep.
Or on our episodes many times. You can also help somebody by getting out of something they don't want.
Exactly. Right. And whether that information is, hey, they just got married, don't want it, whether that is they lost their job and they're getting foreclosed, whether that is
my dad died and it's his place.
And I don't want the damn house.
Yep.
There are so many reasons why people don't want houses, right? It is not my job to judge. It is not my job to figure that out. My job is to purchase the house, right? One focus, one up. And again, if I can buy it for the money that I find it valued, right, then I will make the offer. So right now, just because I want to walk everybody through, I'm looking at photos currently of said address. I don't even know when those photos were, right? I will tell you that, yes, if it is the exact same as what it is from these photos back whenever these were taken, it is very dated. It is things like that. That doesn't bother me. I'm going to go make it look pretty, right? And so I know, yeah, okay, hey, this thing is not top dollar. It is not ready to roll. And maybe if you're asking me, it looks at it, yep, it's a place to live. It's functioning. It does the job. But this is not going to get you top dollar. It's not going to do the right things,
Can I tangent time?
Yeah, please do.
I'm getting messages right now from somebody else that listens to us.
Okay.
That says, I'm paying too much for my current 3-bedroom. Might Nick have anything for me? So just so you know, I'm working deals for you and I only take 10% finder's fee.
Right. That's I don't.
More than you're willing to pay.
I don't have anything available.
Okay.
No. After I buy this house, I might.
Yeah.
So, and then I figure out, hey, if I can figure out what it might be worth, right? You run that by running comps,
Yep.
right? Comps are comparables for things that are in the area that have sold, right? So if this is I don't even know, let's go with a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I figure out what other 3-bedroom, 1-bathrooms. I will tell you, this is an older farmhouse look, so I'm not going to compare a ranch to a farmhouse. They're
Right.
not the same, right? People love ranches. They're one walk. A lot of people don't want stairs. So
Older people, definitely.
correct, right? So I've taken out my older people. I've taken out things like that, right? So I take what a quick math for me is like, hey, what do I quickly think it could be worth? I times it by my percentage, my holding cost, my closing cost, all of these, types of things. And then I have to figure out what my repairs are going to cost me, right? So, And I take my repairs and subtract that out. And I go, okay, this is the about the amount of money that I'm going to be able to spend on the thing, right? If I'm going to fix it and do things. Everything hey, can I buy it as a hold, right? A hold means it turns into a rental. Okay. Again, this place is dated. It does its job. Can I just rent it as it is, right? Can somebody just have a place to live at a lower price? Because if I go fix it up, David, I'm going to have to get my money back from that somehow. So, um, my point of this is take every opportunity when it's presented to you and treat your business as if it's a business, right? I'm telling you guys, I give the advice that I live by, right? So I'm telling you to hustle. This is me hustling. You guys are watching this. You're listening to it because literally 2 hours ago, somebody knows somebody who needs to sell. This is what happens. I'm there to hopefully try to buy it, right? Um, we're in the market for the people that need to flip this thing, because if you're going to go put money into it, are you going to get the money back out of it? Most of these people they don't know contractors. They don't have people that can do all this work. And trying to learn conditions, right? So from the understanding, this thing's in some repairs. Does the AC work? Does the furnace work? Is the electrical up to date? Is there is there a problem with the plumbing? Is it on well? Is it on septic? Start knowing those prices. In order to get a well, it's about $12,000 to drill that. So if the well is bad, I know I have to take $12,000 off to repair that. If the septic's bad, right, that can cost anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000 depending on what it is. So you assume, hey, I'm going to have 20,000, so you take the 20,000 off so that way you can get it repaired. At the end of the day, it's to offer a better quality product to the end buyer to make this happen. Um, you know, I want to reiterate in the fact that practicing what you preach, right? Given an opportunity, go take it, right? Opportunities are going to come, they're going to go. And maybe at the end of the day on this, it might not work out, right? I'm going to go in and let's say that they owe too much money to where I just can't make it work, right? I can either ask that person, hey, are you willing to bring some money to the table so that way I can buy it for the price that I need to, or I'm going to have to pass on this deal. And then they're going to have to go try to list it and maybe bring less money to the table if they can, right? I don't know what it's going to be worth in as is condition. So, the questions I'm going to ask them when I get there, right, are hey, how quickly do you need to sell this, right? If the answer is tomorrow, I'm going to have to say, well, I can't do tomorrow, right? My title company works magic. I've never closed a real estate deal that I'm purchasing in 24 hours. I've had people do all the legwork ahead of time, and yes, I've purchased a deal within 24 hours, but all the pre-leg work, right? From start to where I'm at to the end, I've never closed it, but I can close this thing within less than 1 week.
Yeah.
Now, if you're asking me to pay you cash to close this thing in a week, yeah, cash is king. I have to take money for that, right?
You're thinking
Perfect. Sorry, I got a text. And so I have to figure out, hey, if they're going to give me a little bit of time, can I get financed for this, right? Can I borrow somebody else's money to make this happen? If that's the case, then yeah, okay, you're letting me borrow a little bit of money. I can pay you a little bit more because it's taking me a little bit more time. I have to pay my contractors. I have a bunch of work that's going to have to get done on this thing.
I love how quickly things can come together on Bucks and Brews.
Oh man, this is what my life looks like in a normal nutshell when there's a deal, right? Normally it's time spending to find a deal, right?
Yeah, but what other podcast do you listen to that they're literally making a deal on an episode?
None that I know of.
And again, that doesn't mean it's going to go through, but we're actually working through the nuance of can you buy a house?
Right. And so for people that are like, hey, housing's not affordable, or I can't look from the look, if this house is the way it looks, this is a this is what my wife and I bought when we first got married and bought a house. Actually, this one's in a little better condition, right? It has some flooring. But so you're going to say, hey, go offer, go offer for this person to get out, get your financing on it, and now you have a cheap house. Now you're going to spend a crap ton of money to fix it up, to make it look pretty, to make it the dream that you want, but that's sweat equity, right? And you're going to earn that. I'm doing all that sweat equity and then selling that equity, right? And so, you know, we do good quality work at a good quality price, right? And I say it looks like this one is, say, from the quick listing, about 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, right? And it's got a garage, which is fantastic. It says they're packed and ready to leave, so that's going to be great.
Is it in a desirable area?
And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know how much land it has. I do know that like well and septic is kind of out there. That's what we talked about while you stepped away for 20 seconds. If there's some land, which I don't know if this one has any land with it, I'm hoping it can get split off and I can put a duplex that's reasonable priced up there, right? Yeah, it doesn't say it has any land. It does say forced air. It's a half an acre. So the city won't allow me to split off any bit because I think you have to have a half acre to because I would love, right? If it was a full acre, I'd split off half, put up an in-law suite, a duplex in the back, and be off rolling for that. That'd be awesome. But now it's like, okay, that first thought in my mind is gone because I know that the land won't be able to be split.
Right.
Could I add an ADU? Maybe, right? Just another spot to be able to get a little bit of money into it. I don't own out here in rental wise, so I know no matter what, I do not want this as a rental, right? It's too far for me to drive on a repair call. It's too far for me to do anything.
Your people are too far.
Yeah, it's not, it doesn't work for me, right? No, and sure, it's not like I can't get a good, there's plenty of great tenants and things like that, and things can go well, but it's not in my business structure. The last episode we talked about, right? Your business and how you grow. No, this isn't in my business structure. This is how I just won't own this as a whole, right? I'm fully upfront and honest. I will not have this as a rental, right? The only way I'd have this as a rental is if the person,
wanted to run it back.
Right. Maybe, right? They want to rent it back. Or I guess the only way to give a rental, it'd be versus I can loan you a little bit of money. Hey, I just got a new job, behind on my mortgage. Hey, I can help you with getting caught up on the mortgage. We're going to set up a payment system. I'm going to go put myself, on a second mortgage behind this first one. We've paid the first one. You're paying this one. I now have the rights to buy the first has the rights to buy me off. I have the rights to foreclose as well. So, everything is just so about what it is, right? And so maybe that's the case. Again, they said they don't want it. It could be that they want it and just can't afford it at the time or do something like that. So my job is to figure out what they want and how they want it to be structured. And looking at it, I'm not sure this deal is going to be great. I'm not sure it's going to work out, right?
Right.
Again, I don't know what they owe. I don't know the right things, but that's information I have to find out.
Well, you can at least advise.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping that's, no matter what, one thing I always do is leave with either the thing that works out for both of us, or that they can end up with better information to help them get to what they need. Right. What other information, I guess, on this property would you, if you were to go look at this, what would you think you needed?
So if I would want to know what we're looking at for taxes.
Yeah.
I would want to know, okay, you say it's dated.
Yep.
everything? Like, is it going to need new flooring, new counters, new cabinets, new paint, new everything?
If it's the exact of the photos, then yes. But now does it need a roof?
That's a great question.
Right. Now does it need um siding? Right. Is it because side looks painted right now or whatever, right? That's a possibility. It might need more than that.
Yeah, and I mean those are things that you have to find out because let's say it's 100,000
Mhm.
and you got to put 150,000 into it.
Is it? Yeah.
Now it's is it a $250,000 house? You have to have an idea,
Right.
which is why you run the comps.
Right. And if it's $250,000 and I bought it for 100 and I put 150 into it, what have I made?
You've made nothing.
Right. And so I love people, but I just don't work for free.
Right.
Right.
So it needs
I will work for
at that point it needs to be, I'm gonna guess. You tell me how far off I am. So if it's $100,000 and you have to put 150 into it,
Mhm.
you're gonna want to sell it for 375 to 425.
Oh, way off for me, right?
Okay.
So let's just say this thing is worth 250 is what we said it's worth.
You'd go
Well,
3.
Oh, let's say. Well, so we're saying it's worth 300,000.
I'm saying if you could get 300.
Yep. If
At
I can,
250.
if I can get 300, I'm going to times that by 0.75. 0.75. What it does is it takes in my holding cost, my closing cost, right? Because I have a price that I'm going to pay to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a price that I have to pay when I sell it, right? Realtors and things like that. Holding, if I'm borrowing money, doing all these things, my money has to make some type of money. And then we said it needs $150,000
Mhm.
minus in this 150. Let's say, yeah, let's say at 300,000. So if I'm paying, let's say I'd have to purchase it for 75. If it needs 100, if a $300,000, if the end repair value is 300,000 and I have to put 150 into it, I have to purchase it for $75,000. I can't purchase it for 100. It just doesn't make, I would lose money on the deal, right? And yes, I'd love to be able to get to a point where I'm but I'm offering.
So again, if you had to pay 100
Mhm.
and you have to put 150 in, so you're at 250.
So now I'm at 325.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd said 375. So it's
Yeah.
about 50,000 high.
Say 325 it would be about what it have to be worth. And so that's going to be the hard part, right? Can the numbers actually make sense, right? And I don't know, right? How long do things out there sit on the market, right? And so that's what your comps are huge, right?
Yeah, because they give you an idea of what things are going for in that area that are a similar type of house.
Yep. Let's say, and that one disheartens me a lot. So, and then the hard part is this is out in the middle of, I don't want to say nowhere, but it's in the middle of not
Yeah, there's not a
downtown,
lot over there.
right? But you have, and so you deal with houses that have land, houses that have no land, houses, small houses. This here's the thing, right? I'll quickly look at it. So there's a house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms,
Mhm.
comped at 163.
Okay.
There's also a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, both almost identical square footage, comping at 260.
Okay.
That tells me that 260 has a crap ton of land. It tells me the 160 doesn't have any land. It's got a whole nother bedroom, right? So it has to be, that's the only case. And so it's going to be a very hard comp, but it's not hard, it's not impossible. It's just
Mhm.
hard, right? You have to run all these information, figure out what you can do with it. So, I'm interested to figure out, hey, can I get this person the information that they need, right?
See, and I love what the follow-up's going to look like.
Yeah.
Because we'll sit there and talk about, all right, you went out there, this is what you saw, this is what you could do.
Yeah.
That to me, that's really the meat of this, because right now we're dealing with what you hate is hypotheticals.
Right. And there's a million things that are happening, right?
Mhm.
And it's so fun because we talked about it. I don't remember if you were here for it, but like there's a chance where you have to go to that owner and say, hey, can you come to if you really don't want it, can you come to the table with money to get rid of it? Because there are some people who are sick and tired of paying taxes on dad's property, but they can't sell it because it's in such disrepair. They don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay the insurance. They don't want to pay all this. And so they see it nickeling and diming them every month. Tell you what, you pay 1 to 2 more years worth to settle it up. I can take it at that point. You're writing a check, so again, hypothetically, right? Because we don't know what's happening. Mom or dad passed away, gave you $100,000, but your taxes and your insurance on this property is costing you $10,000 every year. Okay, so now your 100,000 looks like 90. Well, are you willing to take 80 to have it so it stops nickel and diming you? Because you can't sell it for the price that you need to get out of it, but you can sell it for, come to the table with 20. You're at 80,000 that you get to take home still. Now we're off to the races on this, right? And so
I have a viewer question.
yeah.
Do you pull comps off of the current state of disrepair or what you can get?
So if I'm flipping it, it is what I can get at the end of the sale, right? Because I'm taking what it can be worth, the after repaired value,
Yep.
ARV. I'm minusing my holding cost and all that, and then I'm minusing my repairs. And then that will tell me what I can purchase it
That's
for.
a great question, viewer.
So, yeah, no, because comping at what it currently is valued at,
It would be really hard because there's not a lot of value
Right.
there.
now, if I'm buying it as a hold, I will comp it off of its current value for the condition. So let me walk through this.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I say this house is worth $100,000 and it needs $50,000, right? So in as is condition, it's worth 100,000. I'm gonna have to put $50,000 into it to make it worth, more than 150, but I can get $1,500 in rent off of it.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll hold that property. I'll it's a 1% rule. So every month I'll get $1,500. I have $150,000 wrapped up into this, and I'm getting 1% back every single month, right? And hopefully it's for the rest of my life, the rest of the kids' life, all these types of things, right? Now during that time, I'm paying my taxes, I'm paying my insurance. I'm probably only making a little bit of money on this thing. It's just paying back the money I have wrapped up into it. So, as a hold, I do it as is condition plus repairs, and does that, and can I hold it for that price, right? I bought a house in Wyoming. I overestimated my repairs. It had been a while since I did a smaller house
Yeah.
because everything I was doing was like the same as this, right? There's 2 stories that need a bunch of stuff, and so 50, 60, $70,000 repairs. Well, then we go to this, and I was like, all right, quick numbers. It's going to cost me $60,000. Well, we ended up only spending $40,000 in repairs because my roof, instead of costing me $15,000, only costing me like $8,500. Instead of flooring costing me so much, I had half the square footage of flooring. So it was like, oh man, we came in, and so it was like, okay, I purchased it for 100. I put 40 into it, and it's renting for 1650.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good numbers, right? Like that's the 1% rule. It's in the area that I want to be in. It's doing the right things. Yes, I will hold that. So
Tangent time.
tangent time.
I got a picture of a baby
Okay.
from my daughter.
Oh,
I go, "Where are you? Whose baby is that?" And she goes, "Nick's."
oh,
I'm like, "Where are you?" And he takes a picture of Emerson. And I go, "Great, go downstairs and find out why his 3D printer is printing spaghetti instead of real shit."
I think it's adhesive. Yeah.
It must just not be adhering to the bed well enough.
Yeah.
Get you
So-
some glue.
But so I mean, I guess that's how you look at things right now in its
Mhm.
current state. Exactly how to run a deal. I'm going to wait to see if this person can meet tonight. They have a few things that they have to take care of, and then we'll follow back up. Hopefully, next week on if it worked. I'll tell you how it worked. If it didn't work, I will tell you why it didn't work. I'm an open book, right? I won't share the personal information of these people. That's none of anybody's business. I won't tell you why they're selling. If it's a thing, like I will tell you a little bit.
You'll say what you can.
Correct, right? But I don't share people's information like that. I just tell you, hey, a rough thing, this is what's happening.
Yep.
So because our viewers and anybody like that, we respect as much as we can. Sometimes we will, put a person on there that doesn't want to be on it. Say,
That might happen.
yeah. So we do try. But guys, hopefully this was informational to you and you found some type of value out of it. As always, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you joining us for 5 full episodes tonight.
We did do 5 full episodes.
Yeah, it's been great. So if you have any episode ideas, please let us know and we'll hit on those for you.
For those of you that did vote for us for Best of the West, thank you so much for your votes. We should find out sometime, I think in July, whether we won or not. Hopefully we did. Like Nick said, if you have show ideas, please hit us up. We will be back with another new show next week. Till then, if you have questions, you know where to find us.
You've dialed in
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money, bucks,
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
Bucks and brews.